It's time to open up a cold one with your mates and drink like there's no tomorrow. As St. Patrick's Day is here, where Chicago's river is greener than the grass itself and the festivities are full of magical parades. But who is St. Patrick? And why is he the most celebrated among all saints? In this video, we're going to take a deep dive into the history of St. Patrick and the reasons behind his widely popular celebration. For this, we're going to travel all the way back to the 4th century, Roman Britain, where St. Patrick was born. Most of the intel we gathered on St. Patrick's past are based on the declaration that he allegedly wrote himself. According to the declaration, St. Patrick was born into a wealthy Romano-British family where his father was a deacon and his grandfather was a priest in the Christian church. Life was peaceful for St. Patrick during his childhood, but at the age of 16, he was kidnapped by Irish raiders and was taken as a slave to Gaelic Ireland. From there, he faced the hardest years of his life doing the biddings of his owners and working as a shepherd for them in poor living conditions. After 6 years of torment, all seemed hopeless for St. Patrick. But during his slavery, he converted to Irish Christianity, which helped him survive and later escape his kidnappers. According to the declaration, after his conversion, God told Patrick to flee to the coast, where a ship would be waiting to take him home. St. Patrick followed God's guidance and took a leap of faith, all that was told turning out to be true. He climbed the boat and made his way home. After returning to his homeland, St. Patrick was a new man who had claimed God helped him survive his time during slavery. With his devoted faith, St. Patrick went on to become a priest and spread his newfound Christian beliefs all over Ireland. According to the declaration, after Patrick returned to Ireland, he converted the pagan Irish to Christianity. With dedication, he spent many years evangelizing in the northern half of Ireland and converted thousands of locals, eventually becoming an inspiration for them. Over the years, the word of Christianity spread rapidly across the land, making St. Patrick into the religious icon we now know today. Later on, people began making stories about St. Patrick in which he drove snakes out of Ireland, despite the fact that snakes did not inhabit the region. But people told it anyways, as it was mostly told to children during bedtime stories. According to tradition, St. Patrick died on March 17th in the 5th century and was buried at Downpatrick in Northern Ireland. Upon his death, March 17th was declared a public holiday in Northern Ireland and was dedicated in remembering the life of St. Patrick in churches along with celebrating his efforts for spreading Christianity with feasts and festivities. Although initially this holiday was solely dedicated to people praying and going to churches, but later on the Lenten lifted restrictions on feasts and consumption of alcohol, making St. Patrick's Day a celebratory event. With St. Patrick's Day being declared a festivity in Northern Ireland, how has this celebratory day spread all over the US? And why is everything covered in green during it? During the 16th century, Irish immigrants came in large masses to Northern America in order to settle in the region. But heavy luggage wasn't the only thing they brought, as they had their Irish culture with them as well. From there, the celebration of St. Patrick's Day began spreading, slowly influencing American residents to take part in the festivities. I mean, who wouldn't want to enjoy huge feasts and all-night drinking with the boys, right? Centuries later, after the Irish solidified their roots in American culture and politics, it was time to express the festivity to its fullest. As in March 17th, 1772, Irish soldiers serving in the English military marched in New York City to celebrate the patron saint. From there, the event got bigger and better, with other cities taking inspiration and celebrating in their own unique way. But this massive celebration with parades was only an American thing, as Ireland did not celebrate the day so massively until the 20th century. With the day being so popular, it was about time it had its own color scheme. The green color we see everywhere during St. Patrick's Day has a deeper meaning, as St. Patrick used to describe the Holy Trinity to the pagan Irish community by using a shamrock, a green clove with 3 leaves on its sides. From there, it became Ireland's symbol, and its color becoming the sole color scheme of the festivity. But many still believe that the green color is associated with preventing leprechauns from pinching you. To each their own, I guess. Cities like Chicago took the expression "bigger is better" to a new level, as in 1962, the city's river was flooded with green dye or leprechaun dust to mark the holiday, later becoming an annual tradition. And don't worry, the dye is environmentally friendly and dissolves within 48 hours. Ever since the 16th century, St. Patrick's Day has become one of the most unique festivities in the West, with people roaming around in green attire, bars filled to brim offering green beers, and streets flooded with green decorations. It's a sight worth seeing. Although it is widely celebrated around the world in good spirit, there have been criticism regarding the lost meaning behind the day itself, as it was meant to celebrate the life of St. Patrick and appreciate his efforts in spreading Christianity. St. Patrick's Day celebrations have been criticized for promoting public drunkenness and disorderly conduct, making a fun night out for some into a living hell for others. Some argue that the festivities have become too commercialized with drinking competitions and all-you-can-eat feasts, straying away from the original purpose of honoring St. Patrick and Irish heritage. But that's not all. St. Patrick's Day celebrations have also been criticized for fostering demeaning stereotypes of Ireland and Irish people, like wearing leprechaun outfits, which are based on derogatory 19th century caricatures of the Irish. In the run-up to St. Patrick's Day 2014, the Ancient Order of Hibernians successfully campaigned to stop major American retailers from selling novelty merchandise that promoted negative Irish stereotypes. From the history and criticisms, we asked the question, is St. Patrick's Day being exploited for the wrong reasons, eventually losing all meaning? Or is it all in good spirit and people should keep celebrating it however they want?